update the piece of equipment that was built in the 80s. So we had to revamp some of the electronics and a lot of the hydraulics to the new technology that's available today. The application is a curb machine, so it paves and makes sidewalks and it makes curbs for parking lots. Yeah, I think some of the biggest changes that we made were to the wheel operation and how it drove. And the technology back then was they didn't have specific wheel motors available, so it was a little bit more ratchety in terms of how it operated versus a very smooth, slow speed. So getting the accuracy at a really low speed was the biggest issue we had to overcome. What we ultimately had to do was put data acquisition equipment on the machine to get some true readings of what the flow actually needed to be to get the speeds and the performance that we needed. Just equipment that can measure the flows and the pressures and the speeds of the machine from a hydraulic standpoint. Once we got the data acquisition system on there where we could actually read the flow that we needed for the drive circuit, in the creep speed was one flow and in the transport speed was another flow. And trying to correlate those to be able to do both was where we needed the equipment to see what was happening. Some of the issues with dealing with the electronics from 1980s to now, there's a lot more electronics and sophistication available to us. So moving to the Parker IQAN system made a lot of the performance viewable and manageable and controllable and adjustable versus what they had. So now the machine now can actually operate under two modes, whereas before they either had to operate with the rear elevation operating or the front elevation operating. Now they can actually put the rear and the front on at the same time. Working on the whole system was a challenge. What helped was that GS has some experts in the background that could come in and help us throw the data acquisition system on, look at what's going on with the hydraulics and the electronics, and really marrying the two together to make it a successful project. I think ultimately with the expertise we have here to come in and look at it from a team aspect of getting everyone together, including the customer. They have a lot at stake in this situation too. So it's important to understand that it's a team between both companies. And so as long as everyone's got a stake in the game and trust each other and work together with each other, I think any project can be successful.